Okay, everyone, we're back once again, round number 6 of Norway chess. So today a little bit more exciting. I think with all the decisive results, everybody's trying a little bit harder. Now, Fabiano kind of surprised me in the opening. He played a line that I haven't really looked at in a little bit, this whole bishop a6 line with this d5. Now, I vaguely recall having looked at this from a slightly different move order, and what I seem to remember is that this bishop takes f1. I think it's supposed to be dubious after d takes e6, if I'm not completely insane or out of my mind. But the problem is, without actually knowing exactly what the correct moves are, it's very, very hard to go for this. So I decided to play king takes. I'm expecting him to take with the pawn on d5, then I'll play e4. And unfortunately for fans out there, I think it's very likely that this game is going to be a draw pretty quickly, unfortunately. I don't really like my position, and it's one of those situations where I think Fabio is really trying hard to complicate it because he wants to win the game and get back into the hunt for first place. So I'm trying to play something more on the boring side, especially after he's surprising with this choice. Now, he is thinking here, so he might go for a different capture, but unless I'm insane, I think the only capture that makes sense is pawn takes pawn. So if he plays knight takes, I have c4. If he takes with the queen, I can trade and go a4, bishop a3. Hard to believe that I'm ever going to be worse in that endgame. So I think I'm okay here. I'm not thrilled with it, of course, but that's kind of how life goes. Sometimes you can't get everything you want. So that's just it for my game. Magnus's game is already very, very complicated. Hard to judge what's going on exactly. I really like Magnus's approach. He's played this sort of Benoni with the white pieces, and it just looks very, very aggressive. So we'll see what happens there. Alireza is playing Pragg. Pragg went for one of these slightly dubious lines, this e3, b5, and the queen's gambit accepted. Alireza has a nice big center with the pawns on d4 and e4, the big white center, as we call it in internet lingo. So I like Firouzja's position, but Pragg is also, I think, someone who, based on the candidates, will try very hard to go for big messes now. He tries to be very creative, and he's in a position to do it because he is trying to play for first place. So it feels like Pragg's trying to channel his inner Arjun, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. Because I think Magnus did some interview recently where he's talking about the Indian players, and he said something like Arjun's a madman who tries to kill you every time, and I'm getting the sense that Pragg is trying to incorporate that a little bit more rather than being super pragmatic, pun intended. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, I think all the games could be exciting. I think my game is probably the least exciting right now, but it's a decent start at least. I would say today there's potential, to use another term from one of my other side gigs, which is real estate. Potential is a word that you use a lot in that industry. So it's something where I would say there's a lot of potential today for exciting games from the get-go. So we'll just have to wait and see how the games continue. But so far, it is what it is. See you guys.